Hey guys, my name is Logan Stem and I'm a second year Master's of Occupational Therapy student at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Thank you for joining my in-service presentation. Today we're going to learn about how to identify one's own distinctive value as an entry-level OT practitioner. I hope you find this session insightful and applicable as we dive into the true value we bring as entry-level OT practitioners. I want to start by identifying 3 learning objectives for today's session. Number 1, identify at least 3 skills that entry-level OTs possess. Number 2, list common barriers that entry-level OTs face. And number 3, identify 3 or more ways entry-level OTs can enhance their lives and career after receiving their first job. Let's get started. First, let's reflect on some skills or traits that we possess that make us unique and successful OT students. I would like us to do some retrieval practice and remember from our past classes where we each had to write down specific skills or traits that we possess that make us unique and valuable OT students, as well as future OT practitioners. So I want to take about 30 seconds to 1 minute to write down at least 3 skills or traits we possess that will make us valuable as entry-level OTs. Go ahead. Okay, thanks for doing that, guys. Some that came to my mind were empathy, caring, passionate, patient, lifelong learning, creative, and many more. All of these skills and traits are exactly what make us successful OT students and will make us more valuable as entry-level OT practitioners. So if you had a difficult time thinking of skills that will help you bring value as an entry-level OT, then I'm here to help. First, since we will have just completed our Level 2 fieldwork rotations, I would implore you to look back at those experiences and see what new things you learned. Reflect back on your experience and write down things you believe you excelled in, or even things that you need to work on. You could also review your fieldwork educator paperwork to see what feedback your fieldwork educator provided. They may have said that you were reliable, insightful, patient, or even a hard worker. These are all valuable skills that you can provide as an entry-level OT practitioner. Second, I would look at your professional development evaluations to see what skills your professors see in you. This is incredibly insightful because sometimes we don't view ourselves the same way as others do. So reviewing what skills your professors or educators see in you may be a good way to see yourself in a different light. You may not see yourself as a leader change agent, but if others see you in this way, then maybe this is a valuable skill that you will have as an entry-level OT. So third, I would encourage you to ask your close friends and family what skills or traits they see in you that you may not see in yourself. Similar to above, sometimes approaching the people closest to you and asking them what good or bad traits they see in us is a great way to see our own strengths and weaknesses. Family and close friends sometimes know us better than we know ourselves, and this can help us identify the value we will have as an entry-level OT practitioner. So next we're going to discuss some common barriers that entry-level OTs face. I would like to share a video with you from AOTA's website that shows new OT practitioners and their personal experiences they experienced at their entry-level jobs. Some common barriers experienced by these entry-level OTs may include time management issues, documentation time, collaboration with other disciplines, and productivity problems. When these barriers may only be temporary, entry-level OTs can be encouraged that most all practitioners face these barriers. So please tune into the video. Thanks.
Some days I feel like I know what I'm doing, and other days I feel like I'm always asking for help. I realized when I finally got into practice, I wasn't quite as prepared as I thought I was. And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard to transition from the life of a student to a professional.
When I started my first OT job, I used to go to work with a pit of fear in my stomach. You know, it was the fear that I didn't know what I was doing, that I wasn't going to be able to meet my clients' needs, and it was just a sense of dread, which was terrible because I love OT and I loved my job. It took a lot of courage
to reach out and ask for help and support when I needed it, but I am so glad that I did, because it was amazing to see all the people that were willing to help.
What I figured out is that my clients didn't expect me to have all of the answers. All they expected of me was to be invested in their goals. So I decided to take it one client at a time.
Surround yourself with a team of support.
And while you should never be scared to ask a question, it is also important to remember that you know a lot more than you think you know.
Be confident in yourself, know what you're worth, and ask for it.
You try some different things. Don't box yourself into one type of setting, and maybe broaden your skill set to find what you really want to do. And understand that, you know what, sometimes it's out of desperation that you'll find what you're really interested in.
If you're struggling to find the meaning in the work you're doing every day, or if you're just not sure that a setting is a great fit for you, if you don't like it, leave it. There's so many opportunities out there for new grads, and you can find something after a while that's going to be a better fit for you. So
The word no kind of leaves your vocabulary. I could not say no. And so my number one challenge was work-life balance.
Trust your schooling, trust your past experiences, and have them guide your occupational therapy sessions. And remember, every day that you go into work, you have the ability to impact and improve people's lives. And that is what makes our job so rewarding. And that is not something that everybody gets to say.
You know, one day I realized I was driving to work and I realized that pit of fear wasn't there anymore. So, you know, as they say, there's only one way to eat an elephant. That's one bite at a time. Just focus on one client at a time. Seek out mentors in the practitioners around you who are the types of practitioners you want to be.
Show up to work every day, and I'm excited to be there. Mental health, I would have never guessed to be the setting that I wanted to be in. And now that I gave it a shot, I think that's where I want to be for a long time.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you all found this video challenging yet encouraging. I believe it gives us real-life stories from OTs and their experience as entry-level OTs. We will face challenges and barriers in the beginning, but like the video showed, we will be successful in the end. I believe with adequate mentorship, determination, and an open mind, entry-level OTs should remain steadfast in their years first practicing, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. So lastly, I want to discuss the ways that we can enhance our lives and careers after receiving our first entry-level OT job. In order to do this, I want to discuss a blog written by an OT and give you some resources from AOTA's website. So the blog is written by Mary Carroll. She's an OTR, and I attached the link in Blackboard, and it would be helpful for you to read. I enjoyed reading about the lessons that she learned from her first 6 months working as an OT in a skilled nursing facility. She provided 6 lessons, and number 1 is you're not going to know everything, and that's okay. Number 2, never stop learning. Number 3, documentation can be overwhelming. Number 4, you're going to have bad days. Number 5, take care of yourself. And 6, remember client-centeredness. So I found all 6 of these lessons very valuable to remember as we approach our level 2 fieldwork rotations, as well as when we begin our first OT job. So some of the main lessons that stood out to me were never stop learning, take care of yourself, and lastly, remember client-centeredness. These are all helpful lessons that will help us become better OTs, as well as have a solid work-life balance. So also within AOTA's New Grads Resources page, they provide tips for OTs starting their first job. Some of the resources were connecting with a mentor, educate yourself, start planning for the future, get ahead of your finances, keep raising the bar, and so many more. So my main takeaway from these 2 resources were in order for us to enhance our personal and professional lives as we become entry-level OTs, we must find a proper balance between providing optimum patient care and engaging in our own self-care. So in addition to the 6 lessons above, AOTA's website provides resources for the new grad practitioners, and I would like to discuss 6 tips for developing short and long-term goals as new occupational therapy practitioners. So number 1 was review research that supports evidence-based practice. So we all know this very well because of EBP. So this includes journal clubs, AOTA resources, AJOT, etc. Number 2 was apply for leadership and advocacy opportunities. So on AOTA, this could include their special interest section, or volunteer positions, and many more. Number 3, diversify your portfolio of professional roles and settings. Number 4, establish a routine mentorship meeting for goal planning and accountability. 5, employ time management tools and strategies for documentation demands. 6, expand on your personal skills and knowledge base through continuing ed, or CEUs. So another method listed on AOTA's website for establishing goals is using a visual goal planning technique called SOAR. SOAR stands for Strengths, Opportunities, Aspirations, and Results. I've provided a SOAR handout on Blackboard for your personal use, so I implore you to check it out. The SOAR Gold method can help you establish long-term goals, such as, I will own an outpatient pediatric occupational therapy clinic that provides evaluations and treatments to underserved families in my community. While this could be your long-term goal, then you could develop smaller short-term goals in order to achieve that long-term goal. I believe developing personal goals during our entry-level OT time is crucial for providing direction of the path we want to take in our professional lives. Writing down these goals gives us something to reflect on, and you can ask yourself, how am I currently working to achieve these goals? It also gives us a clear picture of where we currently are and where we see ourselves 5, 10, or 20 years from now as occupational therapists. So this is a conclusion of my in-service presentation. Thank you guys so much for your attention and participation. If you will, please fill out the Google survey/form that's attached in Blackboard in order to solidify what you learned today. And overall, I hope that you all learn more about the distinct value that we have as entry-level OT practitioners. Have a great day.